just want to tell y'all, like Irish Twitter has changed my whole life. Like it's just, I keep reading it, and it's just like keep getting greater and greater. Like I don't even know. It's a whole gag, you know. It's a whole gag, Irish Twitter. Y'all. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Queen Elizabeth II passed away yesterday. She was 96 years of age. She's the Queen of England, Prince Charles's mommy, uh, Harry and William's grandmama, Queen Jolly Queen Bess, I guess, of England, of the British Empire, however you want to call it. She had a long reign and a long time, you know. And she passed away, so her mama lived a long time. She lived a long time. Prince Philip, her husband, he died. I would say like 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. And he was in his nine. He lived pretty a long time. Prince Charles is like 72, 73, so he's not going to be known as King Charles III. Um, I don't know what they're going to call Camilla. Camilla will never be queen. I think she'll still be princess or her royal highness or whatever. But when she died, I went on the internet and news, and all these dignitaries from around the world were saying, their condolences and reflections and wish her the best and giving anecdotal things when they met her, like Obama, all the other interviews. I was like, wow, okay, I mean, yeah, she lived a long time. Like, okay, a full disclosure, I love British history. Um, the British history and British literature is kind of my thing. Not kind of my thing, is my thing. It's something I studied in college. So I like British history. I know a lot about British literature and mythos and all that kind of stuff. Literature, period, because besides me being an artist, an award-winning artist, by the way, I'm not just a shill. I'm an award-winning artist with artwork all over the country and over the world. But I also like to write. I wanted to be a writer. That's the reason why I went to school for journalism and got a degree in journalism, because I like media and I like journalism. Of course, journalism back in the day, things have changed a lot in journalism, but yeah, I've studied many things, and the whole British English thing is British history, but again, with a slant and with a bias to it, obviously. So I was trying to be respectful, because my love of history understands that British and America and Spain and Portugal and the Dutch and a bunch of Germans and just to name the major ones, have had a history of abuse, have had a history of brutality, have had a history of colonialism. Colonialism, if you do not know, is where a country comes in, takes over another country, pretty much destroys their culture, pillages their resources to use those resources and manpower and riches and everything to support their country. So it's a thing called what they call the British Commonwealth, which is a nice way of saying that we rule over you, bitch. That's just a nice way of saying that, bitch. We got you, okay? Everything that you have, we're gonna set up a bunch of governors over your country from our country. We're gonna set up a bunch of opportunities, and people can come over to your country and just basically do whatever the hell they want to do. And we're gonna strip away your language, your culture, your religion. We're even gonna call you inferior, because colonialism. That's a thing. So they're colonizers, right? Like, and I understood it, but I was still trying to be respectful. But then I get on Irish Twitter. So if you get on Twitter, you put in hashtag Irish Twitter. Irish people were acting a fool. So they weren't trying to be respectful. They was doing Irish jigs. They was breaking down history. Then Black Twitter got involved, Indian Twitter, indigenous people, everybody who used to be in the British Commonwealth, because they have since lost control of these countries, had went in on Twitter, and it's like a whole gag. Mainstream media is not reporting this. I've only seen a few places. Like, the only reason I knew this because I was watching Roland Martin, and he reported this, and I was like, what is going on? Oh. And so, but most places are not even reporting this, right? So yeah, you go hashtag Irish Twitter, go look it up. But for me, it's fun and shenanigans. They're making memes and jokes and dances and TikTok videos. Oh, that's cute. And then I told my kids, like, people in Ireland, they saw a video and they're celebrating. I'm like, yeah, people in Ireland are celebrating the death of the Queen. Well, my kids are like, what? Why? I tell everybody, yes, it's memes. Yes, it's funny for a lot of people. Yes, it's interesting for a lot of people. But the bigger picture, because I'm always a bigger picture kind of person, is that this is a teachable moment. For those of us who live in America, who are born and raised in America, who are not Irish Americans, a lot of people were watching Irish Twitter going, what, and don't understand the history and the brutality of British colonialism. Like some people, it may be something that's vaguely you remember in world history in high school, vaguely something you might learn in college, but Americans especially, and other countries too around the world, they really don't understand how much a stranglehold the British Empire had on like the world. Like at one time they were saying online that the British Empire controlled like 23% of the world. Like they're up there with like Rome and Constantinople and Ottoman Empire. Like they're up there. Like they controlled a lot of territories, a lot of places. So don't get it twisted. But I just think here in America, we just don't really hear about that. So with my kids, I've learned that it's definitely a teachable moment. With your kids, with yourself. If you're wondering, you're hearing things and people, I from Ireland are writing things. And people, I didn't like things about the potato famines. I didn't know that the British basically was like leaving these people there to starve. Okay, hashtag controversy, but it's yeah, I hear my phone going off. No, stop going off phone. Anyway, but yeah, you learn some things by talking to other people. I've learned some things talking to other people, and so I do know probably more than the average American about British history of colonialism and stuff like that. But it's so much that there's a bunch of stuff I don't know. So I tell people, this is a teachable moment for everybody. Your children, get online. Google is your friend. Get online and just start looking things up. Just start searching things and looking for things, and learn things. Like this is it's all about shits and giggles right now and memes and people making fun of the Queen, and they were singing Lizzie in a Box, and I was shocked. I was like, Lord, they wild in Ireland, y'all, wow. But this is a great moment to giggle. But the other part is this is a great moment to learn. Like learn about, even if you live in England, I'm sure you guys don't know everything. I'm sure your history is probably whitewashed as ours. But this is a great opportunity for me and my children. Like today, we're going to go online and we're going to learn about what happened in Ireland. We're going to learn about what happened in India. We're going to learn about what happened, of course, with Africa. I know more about the Africa colonialism end of it. But yes, I know that our Irish brothers and sisters, I say Irish brothers and sisters because in the 70s, the Irish were there for the Black Power movements and supported Black people with their movements. Because at the time, the Republic, anyway, I won't get into that. I know there's certain things I can't really say on YouTube, but anyway, but look it up. There were Irish activists, part of certain groups that I won't name, that have alphabet letters that you can't really say on YouTube because apparently I don't know. Some people consider them I'm gonna say the IRA. Some people consider them. I know a lot of people from England have a bad taste in their mouths with the IRA because they were, blowing up things allegedly and causing trouble allegedly, whatever. But there are members and those who were part of the Irish liberation movements, let me say, that supported Black people here during the civil rights movement, that supported Black liberation movements and supported leftist movements. And I'll never forget that. I learned that as a kid through my family. So that it wasn't just Black people here fighting for freedom, but there are people all over the world fighting for freedom in their own countries that were victims of oppression. And like with me, I grew up that oppression anywhere, whether in my own backyard or whether it's across the sea, whether it's white people, Black people, Asians, I was taught that no matter, oppression is oppression. And you don't suffer oppression. You don't deal with oppression. You don't support oppression. And that nobody should be oppressed. Male, female, gay, straight. you know, that's how I grew up. Like that people are people and people deserve to choose for themselves and choose their own destiny. People to deserve to have their own culture preserved in their countries and not their language and their heritage wiped out or their religions wiped out because some people has deemed you inferior. The British at the time during Queen Elizabeth's reign did some, you know, Bloody Sunday happened. If you don't know what that is, look that up. I know about Bloody Sunday, and it was terrible. And you know, I don't know. I could go on and on about that, but yeah, I just say to everybody, it's kiki and laughing, but this is a good time to inform yourself. People like, well, Kiki, you know so much. I know so much because I looked shit up. I wasn't born knowing things, even about my own culture and my own people. I went to this American school, gutter school system, just like y'all did. You know, I'm no more intelligent than you are, really. I mean, I know a lot of shit because I put myself out there. I put my mind on the line, I say. You know, I say it all the time, I put my mind out there. I'm curious. So, yeah, I want to learn about why people are cheering and clapping for the Queen. Instead of condemning it, people are like, oh, people shouldn't be doing that. But do you even know why these people are doing that? Well, no, but okay, well then how can you speak when you don't even know the story? You don't even know what people are going through right now. So, you know, especially people in America, I think people in America just need to sit down and shut the hell up. I tell people in America, just sit down, shut up, mind your business. Mind your fucking business. They just need to sit down. Like, you know, mind your business. Let these other people do them before you want to jump in and try to defend the Queen and defend, you know. I mean, if the Britons want to mourn their Queen, I don't have any issues with that. I don't have any issues either way. If you want to celebrate that Queen Elizabeth is dead, go ahead. If you want to be respectful and just say as minimal as much as possible, go ahead. If you want to clap and cheer and head to a pub and set off some fireworks and do cartwheels and do a jig, hey, you do you. I'm not here to condemn or say that this is the right way, this is the wrong way. You know, there are people that love the Queen, love their Queen. Hey, I'm not mad at you either. You had a different experience. Everybody should do whatever they need to do regarding Queen Elizabeth II's death on their terms and how their country's history. Because like I said, you got people that are still alive, people's grandparents that went through some shit, or they've heard it from their grandparents, and their grandparents' parents went through some shit. There's some people that lost their lives because of the different. I'm very straight. I'm not transgender. I've never been gay. I've never been curious. I don't fuck with nothing. I don't know why it goes. I know about transgender, but about it, I'm curious. I want to know how other people live. I watch a lot of K-dramas. I like anime. I like Vikings. I'm not a Viking. I'm not Scandinavian. I'm not Icelandic. But I watch some Icelandic shit through knowing people's cultures and histories and experiences. Then you find that you're very similar. Same thing about people like there's some agenda. I tell people I'm not an agenda. I'm a person. I'm not an agenda. I'm a person. Just because I want to be included in your shit,